All right, I'm at Parindey, this wonderful event that took place just a while back, and one of the persons attending this event is the Director of Women and Child Development Department, Government of Goa, Madam Dipali Naik, and she's been happy to be here. How was the event? What's so special that you enjoyed at this event?
Uh, for me, this is a wonderful time I had spent with my ex Apnagar mates who have been come across, and I see them flying in colors, doing in their career very well with nicely placed and guided by catalytic actions, and also we could see new faces who are already budding and standing on their own. We had 2 3 testimonies when we feel proud that we have made something changes in that this and their dreams are fulfilled.
Madam, you've been working so passionately in this department for almost a decade now. How has been your experience, changing lives of children around Goa?
Uh, it is a very good experience for me. It is this subject is near to my heart, and when we deal with children and women, where we have to have a lot of patience with them, and also I have a good experience. We other way you say I have learnt lot from them because how to cope up with the on conditions which are not suitable, make up that and go ahead in life they do, and also to the fullest extent I try to help them.
Uh, you rightly said you need a lot of patience. How do you all deal with the small and big problems that you all face?
We have 2 committees, CWC North, Child Welfare Committee North, and Child Welfare Committee South, and also JJ Board, Juvenile Justice Board, North and South, wherein when child is orphan found on the this, we hand over the child to them and they take the right decision, because they are the committees which are constituted by the government to look into these cases, and they decide what child's future to be, means where they are to be placed, how they are to be placed. And we have counselors, team of counselors, we have government run home also, wherein special classes. Now at present I would like to tell very happily that we have shifted substation section center of Bal Bhavan in Apnagar, which is very this, and even education department has given their teachers. We have school there where multilingual students study, and also we have given Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan or Samagra Shiksha this to the children, and also we have a mobile library visiting there, wherein children can have books as their friends and they can learn lot of things.
That's a nice initiative, and we all know Goa is a sunny state. So you and your department is one place where you all bring sunshine into the lives of children. So how many such places do you all have in Goa? Where you all bring sunshine into the lives of you?
Yeah, we have altogether 56 childcare institutions catering some 7,000 plus student, children, and also we have 6 government run this, wherein they are all in Apnagar, where is in Mershi, and there we have many other sections which are SA means state adoption agencies also we have two, north and south, wherein we give in funds below 3 years toddlers and all we for adoption cases.
And if anyone wants to contact you all, where and how do they go about, to join any of your projects, etc.?
They can come directly to the Department of Women and Child, or they can contact any of our child care institutions or these CWCs, where they can get guidance and also help whatever they want.
And finally, madam, personally, for you, these last 10 years, how would you summarize these 10 years in your life being associated with such lovely projects where you change the lives of children?
In these 10 years of decade, I found many people who are of like-minded, who want our children to be placed in better place and also give them dreams to dream and also fulfill their dreams. And we all have to get together and work. And only with that efforts we will be able to place our child in a better position and be a good citizen of India.
There you go, Madam Deepali Naik. She's one of the catalysts for social action through her Department of Women and Child and making a difference to so many children around the state of Goa. Thank you very much. With me right here at Parindey, this lovely event, is the CEO of Catalyst for Social Action, who are also known as CSA. She's been instrumental in changing the lives of so many children around the country, and she's in the sunny state of Goa. Nice to have you with us. And,
Thank you.
Tell us how is Goa treating you for a start?
Well, it's always lovely to come to Goa. It's a beautiful, perfect holiday, but I've come on work. But work is important too.
Yes.
But we love Goa. I was here 2 weeks ago as well.
Okay.
Yes.
And talking about work, it's been 20 years, it's been more than 20,000 people that you all have changed, whose lives you all have changed. And so, how's been the journey in brief?
So 20 years, we are very, very proud of this journey, and we have touched almost 20,000 children. And we work with children who are between 6 to 18 years of age, who are under institutional care. So what we believe is, while it is important to provide, good food, good health and education for children in these institutions, what really puts them apart is that if they are able to lead an independent life with dignity. And that is really the goal with which we are working. And of course, we are not doing this alone. As we celebrate 20 years here, we are very thankful to the support that we have received from the Goa government and the child institutions, the authorities who have partnered with us. And it takes all of us to make this change happen. And we are very, very proud to say that in just a very short span of time, we have 75 young adults from Goa who are on their path of leading an independent life, of which 25 are already employed.
Wow.
And today, in fact, the cake that was prepared and the exhibitions and the preparations were all done by our aftercare youth.
Fabulous, fabulous. It's a great achievement. And in which industries or fields have they managed to?
Well, they come in from a lot of them: baking, cooking, ITI, electrician, plumbing, nursing, sports, you name it, and we have one of them. So we just offer it to them based on what their interests are, and we encourage that as soon as possible they should be able to earn the money.
Yeah.
So yes, of course they can do their graduation, they can do their engineering, we support them, but they are out of an institution, they have no support. The first thing is they should be able to earn at least 10,000 rupees with which they can support themselves. So that's the goal with which we are working towards.
How's the structure of your organization around India? I mean, how do you all decide whom to select and whom to help, etc.?
So we currently work with almost 120 institutions across Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and Goa. And a lot of the institutions are identified by talking to the government. They know that we are doing this work and they tell us that, look, there are these institutions that needs help, can you work with them? Or our own teams who are in these spaces actually look at institutions that need support and build it into our network. So it's a bit of, we approaching the institution and the government providing us referrals. But as I said, we just partner with them in providing the services. As our name suggests, we are just the catalyst.
Yeah.
So the work is done by the institutions. And of course, none of this happens without donor funding.
Yes.
That's the key to make all of this happen.
One important aspect I would like you to shed light on is how do you arrange your workforce who are so critical in being another catalyst for catalysts?
We're thankful so far. I mean, our team is about 70 people now, and we have our offices in all of these zonal places, and we recruit from local, and they are the ones who know the language, they are the ones who know the situation. And it requires a lot of training and, more importantly, building the value system that the organization has in being empathetic towards the children, in being caring for the children. Only with that mindset you can do. Unless we think of it as another job, then people can always find another job.
Yeah.
It's about attracting that talent. So far we've been, grateful that we've been able to do it.
Okay. And I mean, if you go around India, Um, in which parts, or not which parts, but in which areas have you faced the biggest challenges?
So we currently work with just 4 governments
Yeah.
and 4 states. But I believe there are 7,000 institutions across India, and each one having a lot more, challenges than the other. The locations like Northeast are seeming to be quite needy, but we haven't yet gone there. Bengal, for instance, and we're looking at Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, which also comes across as regions that are very needy. A lot of non-profits are working there, so hopefully one day we'll also be able to do
Okay.
that.
Which areas of work do you all face the most challenges or the biggest challenges?
So if you look at the area where we are operating, we are working with children who are under institutional care. Now these children come with a lot of trauma and baggage from their areas, right? So they are sometimes surrender children, they are orphan children, they have come from rescued backgrounds, or they have come from extreme poverty. So firstly, to just get them settled in a home, there's a lot of anger, anxiety amongst these kids. So just to get them settled in a home and make sure that they are counseled and they are calmer. And we do a lot of art, crafts, and sports for that. That helps a lot. And then we start looking at the education, health, and nutrition. So, if I say the most difficult areas is as we grow our work, to understand each and every child's background and each and every child's need and see how we can address it. There are some very childhood traumas that are not very easy for us to solve. And there's no point in saying that, like there are children of say a parent in jail and a parent has remarried and gone, so there is a feeling of having left abandoned. There are children of women sex workers, there is a lot of anger. There's children of bar dancers, or there are children coming from very poverty background. Some of them don't know their whereabouts at all. They don't know their birthdays, they don't know their surnames. So we're dealing with a very deep rooted issue there. And then comes education, health, nutrition, and all of that. But first is just addressing that space. And what is surprises me is every time when we go and talk about this to, say, a donor or somebody else, very little is known about this space. Larger non-profits work on education, on reforming health, and lots of it. You hardly hear them speak about this little area, but even then, there are about 4 lakh children living under these institutional care. So, my first role when I took over this job was to say that let's bring awareness to this cause.
Let's
And
spread the word about
let people know about it, then they know what to do. So we always think of, oh, it's an orphanage, let me go and celebrate my child's birthday. That's where it is. Beyond that, it's not. So we were about 37 homes when I took over. Now we are about 120 homes. We've actually increased across all the places, simply bringing in awareness. This was only because the donors need to be educated, public need to be educated on who are these kids, why are they here, right? So I think that understanding in a very deep rooted way is more challenging than anything else.
you mean it has to be a part of people's thought process?
Yes.
On a day-to-day basis.
On a day-to-day basis. So you go to a orphanage and drop a bag of rice. Do you stop there to see how many children are there, why are they coming, what else is needed? Talk to them, spend a day, read a book, spend an art activity, do something with them. But we just say, okay, office mein da diya, give the donation, and we walk off, because we think we are happy doing what we want to do.
But interaction is critical.
Very critical. These children don't have adult human interface, because normally for a home like 40-50 children, there are 2 or 3 caretakers. And how much time we spend with our own children at home, right? So we need to think about it like that.
Fabulous. Great stories from Anandi, the CEO of Catalyst for Social Action. But she was in Goa today to celebrate at this event, to celebrate the work, to celebrate the children. How was the event? Tell us a little more.
Oh, it gives us great pride to be here celebrating 20 years of our journey, of which I've been part of 5 years. But what brings us immense pleasure is today seeing these children what they are able to achieve. The children who have got on to studying on their jobs, who have baked the cake, who have made these arrangements. So it is really able to make that difference to each and every child. And what also came about today was, it was not just something that we were celebrating. We had the government officials here, we had the authorities of the homes here. So it is really what they say, it takes a village to raise a child, and that's what it is. Every person who's been a part of that village has been here, and we need that support. And that's how it makes it happen. But we are very, very proud of what Goa has achieved in this, even though it's the smallest of ours. I was telling our location head Malvika that there was a very personal feeling and a family event kind of a thing coming together. We're so proud of our own children.
So, thank you for speaking to us. You all have surely added another feather to Goa's illustrious cap, because Goa is known for many things, right from tourism to films to sports. And here you all are, catalyst for social action, playing another role in making Goa so very special. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been my pleasure. Thank you.